Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
That's the painting.
What
It
say,
kinda
Mike
look-
and Rick?
It
That's
looks,
from Brian, right?
yeah, she
Yeah.
painted.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah,
So
Brian.
that was
Hey,
that was
Barry.
what was on in front of the podium.
This was, no, the one in front of, there was a different one in front of the podium. I'll show you
Okay.
that
That's amazing.
on a
Yeah,
poster.
Hey,
yeah,
Rick.
painting's great, but I just remember watching the memorial that the one on the podium I couldn't quite get a good look at, but it looked very.
I have it, just, I'll put it up right now.
Yeah.
But this is spectacular. I think this looks like, sometimes when he would tell a joke and he didn't know if somebody got it, he kind of look up at you out of the side of his eyes. Do you recall that ever? That was a very common expression.
That's
his
amazing.
face.
Amazing
Sure.
picture. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is.
Let's see.
How's things in New Orleans?
Well, it was a little tough yesterday.
Do you have any trouble, Barry?
Well, not really.
Yeah.
We had 100-mile-an-hour winds. We had 9.5 inches of rain outside my door. The power stayed on, but the water came up to my doorstep, but not in the house.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Kind
it
of
was
same
tough.
here. We had about 6 or 7 inches of rain and about 80 something mile an hour winds, but we we're okay. Nothing. We didn't lose power until this morning. And the lights went off for about 5 minutes and came back on. So it's all right.
Yeah, I didn't lose power. They blinked 2 or 3 times, but didn't go, went off and came back on.
Tom, did Bill have trouble? Is he not here for that or something?
Well, he went up to Hattiesburg. They
Oh.
evacuated up there. So I think he's just really tired. I think driving back was a killer for him.
Yeah.
You know how you get on the road and there's just tons of people. Because I thought the storm went up to Hattiesburg. So
Jim.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
hey,
Go
Gim.
on.
Again,
Again.
Yeah,
Is this hurricane talk?
Yep.
was.
Briefly.
What's going
Want
on?
to see this?
Well, I stayed here.
I
And
stayed. Yeah.
100-mile-an-hour winds was scary.
Yeah.
A lot of rain. It was mostly a rain event. About 9.5 inches of
Oh.
rain outside my door. The water made it up to the doorstep, but not in the house.
Good.
And we never lost power, so that's good. So all in all, pretty good and very little damage. No damage to the house. A few limbs and tree branches on the ground, but that's it.
But the same thing at my place. No, nothing
But
different.
scary, nonetheless. Going through 6 or 8 hours of that is scary.
Yeah, sure.
Is that the picture that was at the memorial?
This is the one that was at the memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily, that's that. Thank you. That's the one that I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
That's
get
great.
that closer? I can't see that. Can you put it closer? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that's a
yeah,
good.
I can see it. That's
Is that
better.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Look,
Yes.
looks like his high school graduation picture.
Yeah.
I have his high school graduation picture somewhere. Let me see.
Oh,
Didn't
find
we
it.
see that? I thought we
Yeah, I'd
did.
like to see that. Put it up if you can. Find
Yeah,
it.
give me a second.
All right.
Just leave it there as background.
Hey, Emily, while I have you there, how's Freddie doing?
He's doing much better.
Oh, good,
He's not coming back to play yet, but
good.
he's doing much better. That's he's talking about Fred Vigorito, who is the leader
Mm.
of the Galvanized Jazz Band that Joel
Mhm.
plays with, that Chris knows.
Mm.
And he was very sick. And I didn't think he was going to make it, but he's come back to a reasonable level.
I'm supposed to have dinner with him, so I keep hearing he's getting sick, so I don't know.
He would love that more than anything, but he's not well enough yet.
Okay, well, we'll keep track of him.
Yeah. But I'll let you know when they're starting to go out. They're not going out now.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Jim, we missed you the last couple of weeks. You're out.
Last week I was the bartender for a little do that my wife was having for her volunteers. So
Do
Yeah,
you,
we-
do you make any tips?
Not so as you'd notice, no.
Jim, were you here the week Maynard Shadows came on?
No, I missed that one, darn
Oh,
it.
that was, I didn't-
I had a gig that day. I couldn't make it.
You missed it. I know Chris was on.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I missed the last two. I had a little stomach problem going on. I just didn't feel up to doing anything. So
oh, yeah.
I'm sorry I missed those.
Yeah, Maynard played his trombone for several songs. That was,
Yeah.
Hey, really? That's cool.
It is.
Well, you can catch the recording because I always post that up on the Facebook page for Your Father's Mustache.
Cool.
And it wasn't like he brought the trombone to play. It
No.
was just like he's sitting in his living room and he goes, "Oh, well, just a second," and he turns and grabs it and plays.
Just happened to be
I
there.
believe that was 2 weeks ago that happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Kim, I have a question for you. Give me a second.
Okay.
Can you guys see that picture from the White House?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was quite a week. That was quite a weekend. Yeah.
Is that you to the right with the banjo?
That's me.
That's what Barry said.
That's me. That's Grove Thomas on the left with the washboard, and oh gracious, what was his name? Kid went to Harvard. They claim we look alike, but Jake Powell. That's who that name is, and Ronnie Bizel, of course. Jay Brackett on trombone and David Glass on tuba. Yeah, that was quite a day. That was quite a day. Did I ever tell you the story about our introduction to Lady Bird?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
Sure, Jake Brackett had something to say about it.
oh, Jay Brackett always has something to say, and it's usually funny. When we were getting ready to go on, Lady Bird's secretary came out to us and said, Lady Bird will thank you for coming and all that stuff, and just be careful of the way she be careful because she pauses with it in her speech patterns. There's a lot of pauses, and so you might think she's finished, but she's not. So just be quiet. And she came out and she did, "I'd like to thank y'all for being here so much that and that's the way she spoke. And she was charming and lovely, but you really got to watch her speech. But so don't interrupt. It's the first lady, guys. Keep your mouth shut, kind of thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Gim.
Ask away.
Where's Joel? In the
Joel-
picture.
Joel's not there. This is
I
the other.
know.
Joel's the other band.
I can't believe it.
He's back in New York doing what we went twice, and this is the second band. He was in the first band.
Yes, he was in the picture with Lyndon.
Let me see if I can find that.
Lyndon in that picture was upstairs with the British Prime Minister. They were negotiating some kind of deal, but he did come down and Eileen got to shake his hand. I never did. He kind of walked by us, but
Was there an audience?
oh yeah, it was a party. It was a Christmas party.
Oh,
It was a Christmas party for the staff and for the press.
oh,
And it was really funny that all the reporters were there, eating they had what do you call it? A rotisserie pig, and brought that out and started serving that up along with the booze. And as soon as the press was ushered out, all hell broke loose. It was just the booze started to flow like water, and it was all of the dignitaries left, and we were there to party for ourselves. It was great. Not the band. I mean, all the guests were there.
during the performance, did you play Christmas songs?
No, we just did the regular repertoire. We were alternating sets with the house band, which is the Marine band. It's an 18-piece band.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's the other picture.
bad quality picture, but there's Joel's in it, Lady Bird, Lyndon.
Yeah, there's some Hall of Famers in there, all right. There's Joe, of course, and Buzzy and Carl Lunsford and the president and Lady Bird, Joel, Craig Grant, what was his name? Bob,
Our manager, what the hell was his name?
do you remember his name, Chris? Bob, whatever his name is.
Muncie,
No, the one standing next to the tall guy is
Yeah,
is Don-
Mackenzie.
Bob
Bob
McKenzie. That was it, right? That was it. And Don Brainerd playing the tuba, the giant on the right.
Yeah.
what's his name? What's his name again?
Don Brainerd. He was Brayton, rather, Brayton, Brayton. It was Brainerd was another guy. He was another tuba player by name Brainerd, but he was a good tuba player. He became an engineer. He was out of MIT. He's in California now, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's really a mixed band. That was the guys from let's see, Buzzy was at that point in New York. Carl was in Boston. Craig was in New York. Don was, I have no idea where Don was.
And Buzzy was a really good band leader. Any of y'all worked with him
Oh, Buzzy?
as a band leader?
No, when we worked together, I was leading the band, but yeah, I know what you mean about his being a leader. Yeah, he's good.
Right. Well, usually I was the leader band when I worked with him, but I was the side man to him a number of times. He was very good.
Oh, yes, he is. He knows the music and he's very clever with his dialogue and all that. Yeah,
And he tuned his banjo like a guitar, but one step down.
Oh, really?
So he could get a C string, you know, like the plectrums on your banjo, Gim. You got that
Yeah.
open C string. Well,
Yep.
he had an open C string, but tuned it like a guitar.
I knew he tuned it like a guitar, but I didn't realize it was a step down.
Yeah, one step down.
Interesting.
Because I tune mine like a guitar. So if I'm playing a C chord, he plays the same chord. It sounds like a B flat.
Right. Yeah. I would think the strings would slap a little bit if you did that.
Well, he changed the gauge of his
Oh,
string.
okay. That's more work than it's worth. The hell with it.
There's just another picture of Joel without his shoes on.
That's a great one, isn't it?
Jackie Leeson.
I'll send you that one too, Emily.
No, I've got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks. Thank you, though. That's a great shot. Hmm.
And Jackie looks very serious.
Mm.
Well, he was quite a guy. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, I was just showing Barry. I know you've all seen this a bunch, but the New York
New York.
Club.
Our home against away from home, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
On the nights when I didn't play in the band, I used to be the side bartender.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, be darned.
I told Tom I spent many an hour on that stool right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have to weigh the beer and count the ounces in the liquor bottles.
Yeah, that was,
We did
that was
too.
a pain.
And you'd get an over under pour report from the manager the next day.
Yep.
Well, in New Orleans, if your numbers weren't any good, you didn't work as a bartender anymore.
Yeah. Same in
All I know
Denver.
is on Saturday nights and stuff when when some girls were in that you wanted to see,
Uh-huh.
to give them free drinks, you were pouring somebody else less liquor. So there was a lot of ugly men that got hardly anything to drink when there were good looking girls there.
for those that have never been in this club, this picture is deceiving because it's a picture of the sidebar, but the majority of the seating is to the right out of the picture.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. But it stands out straight from on the right-hand side on down.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
fact, the bandstand, if you look right at the end of the picture straight, that's the beginning of the bandstand.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
The service area would be, see the center of the bar, the statue in the center of the bar? You
Yeah.
go back about 20 feet, that's the service area.
The other interesting thing about that bar is it's the shape of a musical note.
Right,
Yeah,
That's interesting.
but that was left over from Nick's.
right. Nick Rongetti run that thing as a Dixieland place for years.
Yeah.
And he was Nixon in the Village was a go-to spot. There are only two trad jazz, or I'll just call them trad jazz. They were New York style of jazz, and one was Condon's and one was Nick's, and they weren't dreadfully far apart. They were both in the Village. But, great times. I never went to that. I did go to Condon's a couple of times, but back in the day.
What were they, Condon's and Nick's, right?
Right, right. Eddie Condon's on 3rd Street in the Village on the other side of 6th Avenue.
There's another one I used to go to up on 52nd Street. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
That's where Eddie Condon's club went when Red Balaban took it over and got the franchise from Doris from what the hell's her name, Condon's widow. It was also up on
Ed Polster was part of that too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Red owned it, and Eddie and Red co-managed it. Yeah. Until their ultimate falling out, but that always happens in this business.
Oh, I worked a lot with him when he was down in New Orleans for about, I don't know, 10 years. I did a lot of work with him.
Oh, I owe you a hello from Alex Owen. I've been working with him recently, and we got talking about New Orleans. He spent some time in New Orleans, and he talked about getting together with you and knowing you. So
yeah, we played a lot together. He's a nice kid.
Very nice kid. Knows all the
player.
Knows all the songs too. It's really funny.
He had a good teacher, me.
I'll buy that.
Oh,
Speaking of New Orleans,
yeah.
There you go. There it goes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember hanging out on that balcony.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Hey,
telling
Barry,
you, there's not a lot of pictures of the exterior of the Bourbon Street Club. This is one of a handful. I would think is one of the best. This one right here.
Yeah, it shows it pretty well.
But you can't find them. There might be 5 pictures I'm aware of that show the exterior
Hmm.
of Paula's mustache on Bourbon Street.
well, it was before everybody had cameras on their phones.
That's
Yeah.
all true, isn't it? It really is.
Because when you think about who'd want to take the picture of the outside of a
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
There's one outside shot that's messed up because there's a car parked on like about
right,
the door, or that
I'm
door.
familiar with that one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, the car is more interesting than the exterior of the building.
Barry, I see, I saw something online that Gail Benson owns Chris Owens Club, and that she's
Yeah,
gonna.
she just bought it. I saw that myself.
Yeah.
Oh, she just bought it. Okay, and she's supposedly got somebody that's gonna, some tenant that's gonna take it over or go in.
I don't know. You know more than me, Dave.
Yeah, I just caught it online.
There was just something, she bought it, yeah, just recently signed, owns it now.
And when you think about it, that's only a half a block from where we used to be. We had the best spot on Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
Mm.
really.
Really.
Emily, Gail Benson owns the Saints. She seems to be a nice lady. She gives a lot of money away.
Who's that?
The
Gail
lady they're
Benson.
talking about that just bought a fancy strip club in New
Oh,
Orleans. She also owns the New Orleans Saints.
And the
And at
Pelicans.
Christmas
too,
time, she goes to Walmart and pays off everybody's bill.
Really.
Should go to the New Orleans Police Department and pay off everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, Barry, I'm going to try to play your video. I can't get it to go full screen, so tell me if it's too bad to watch. But
This video is when the Eufaula's Mustache Band played at Preservation Hall. And it's about 12 years ago. And the lineup was Banu singing, Peter Babcock, Danny Rubio, me, and Mike Gentry. I believe that's the lineup.
First class group there.
okay, now I'm having trouble.
Maynard didn't play with you on that one?
Oh, yeah, and Maynard.
Oh, okay.
Maynard.
Hmm.
And the thing is, in Preservation Hall, they don't allow any microphones.
Mm.
This is totally Acapulco, yeah,
That's right.
a cappella. So it's tough hearing Banu sing, but it's a good clip, I think.
Is it playing?
That's Gene LeBeau. That's not Maynard.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a wrong picture.
Okay.
Can you see it?
No.
Okay. All right, let me try to get it. It's stop share. All right, let me try to get it together. I don't know why it can't go full screen. But
Well, it was taken by Danny Rubio's girlfriend off of her phone. And this is right when cell phones came out, so it might have something to do with the cell phone itself. You know what I'm saying? This is right at the beginning of cell phones.
It might be down level technology, yeah.
Right.
I have no idea.
well, I'll try to get it for next week because it's just not working.
Yeah, there you go.
Great.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Be good to see, yeah.
Well, we thought that was pretty neat. The Mustache playing Preservation Hall. We got a big kick out of that.
Sure.
I remember being shocked one time. I was down in New Orleans on a PBS meeting, and I decided to stop by Preservation Hall just to see what's going on. And I go in there, and the banjo player was Les Muscat.
Right.
And
Oh,
I
really?
thought, what's happened to me? I'm old enough to know people playing at Preservation Hall.
Right.
Yeah. Maynard said he played there for about 20 years after the club.
Yeah. He did that for a long time, Maynard.
Really? Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Well, this was back in the late 70s, early 80s. So
Wow.
I remember when Les was playing there.
Les Muscat, he was a good guy, like Les. He was a good guy.
Is he still around? Is he still alive or is he gone?
no,
he
let's
died.
fast. Yeah.
His wife is still around Jackson Square, Babs. She still sells paintings and stuff there. I saw her a couple of years, about 2 years ago. I saw her.
She had a neat idea. She's a painter, but what she did, she'd find the old slate from the French Quarter roofs that would fall. She'd collect the slates and do her paintings on the slate and sell them to tourists. What a neat idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I'm trying to find stuff, but it's
That's all right.
Barry, when you played Preservation Hall, Mike was still living in New Orleans.
No, Mike
thought
was
he-
up in Arkansas.
He just came down for it.
So you arranged for him to come down And what about Peter?
He used to come visit a lot back then because he was playing on one of the river boats,
Oh,
so
that's right. That's right.
made the trip a lot.
Hmm.
But Peter came down just for that.
From California?
Yeah,
Whoa, ooh,
but you know, it's mostly to hang out too. I mean, we
oh,
did
absolutely. Absolutely.
There's
Yeah.
Les Muscat.
There's less.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Wow.
How many years? When did he die, Bear? I know he died a few years ago.
Say what?
When did Les die? I remember.
Oh,
It's been
a
He's
good 10 years
10
ago.
years, maybe
Yeah.
10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes Roger.
The hell?
Good. Here, let me put a picture of Roger up.
I'm looking for myself. There I am.
Yeah,
And Fred.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that a Polaroid picture?
No.
It looks like one. Yeah, looks like the same size with the same frame that used to have on those things.
We have pictures of Fred in various weight classes.
Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm here.
There you are. Hey, Roger.
How you all doing?
Roger.
How are you?
Roger.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And you have Miss Emily on here too, Roger.
So Emily's with us too, so keep it clean, will you?
Oh, boy. Anybody get hit with a hurricane down south, Barry?
Yeah, I did. We
It
had
was, yeah, it was
100
kind of, it
miles
was,
an hour winds, but the rain was the tough thing. We had about 9.5 inches of rain.
Oh, that's a lot of rain. Did you get the high winds too?
Yeah, and high winds. But the power stayed on, Roger, so we made it through it.
That's good.
Scary for about 6 or 8 hours last night. It was
Oh,
scary.
wow.
It got real scary.
I don't think they're so weird. The closer it gets real quiet and eerie.
my house is about the same as Barry's, Roger, but just, the usual wind, a lot of rain, no damage though.
Well, you're up from the coast, what, about a half hour, 40 minutes?
About 20 miles.
Oh, okay. I'm glad nobody got their house torn down or the roof ripped off.
Looked like the worst
Not too
damage was at
Not
home.
not too much damage from wind. Even
Yeah.
though it's 100 miles an hour, it's not too. I rode around this morning, and I
Uh-huh.
barely saw tree limbs on the ground.
Mhm.
It was
Oh.
the flooding last night. You couldn't believe the flooding in Metairie and Kenner.
Oh, wow.
There's a sea of water everywhere.
Mhm.
So
Some of the
hopefully
TV
that-
Some of the TV announcers were saying they've never seen Metairie and Kenner that much, that bad under flooding.
Yeah,
Hurricane season's supposed to end this month?
Well, it's, in the
Actually,
middle of
no.
October.
November 30th.
Yeah. But this is
I
bad.
heard something new that, you know, the word namaste. I heard that, it has a special meaning in New Orleans. Is somebody says you're gonna evacuate for the hurricane? No, namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, geez.
When Fred and I first came from Cape Cod down to New Orleans, we got there right after Betsy hit. And we stopped to get gas and he said, where you guys going? So we're going to New Orleans. He said, oh, no, New Orleans is gone. What the hell are you talking about? So we got in the car and started moving. But when we saw the damage driving in, it was pretty scary. But when we got down to the French Quarter, it didn't seem that bad. There we are, we just arrived. Just like that. Oh, God. There's two guys from Missouri, and that's a freshwater lake. We thought there were oysters and stuff in that lake. told our friends back at the club, I said, man, you're crazy. You gotta be in the ocean. You can oysters. I said, oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
That was a great summer, though. It was a lot of fun.
What year was that, Roger?
That was in 65,
Betsy was 65.
I believe.
65, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Jesus. Well, that's this was
That's Fred, isn't it?
that's Fred. Fred,
I'm glad you told me. I wouldn't recognize him.
yeah, I got a real cake with chocolate cream on it and white frosting, and I just and someone got his attention, and then I said, "Hey, Fred, look here." He turned around, and I just let him have it. And that's when we started. We were using real pies and real cakes in. Still selling. We still started selling the mustache cups. Yeah.
Roger, when we did Fred's memorial, that's one of the nicer memorials I'd ever been to. I thought it was great.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good people there. A lot of people. Well, LaRue was there. I remember that.
Yeah.
Andy was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dalton Diamond was there.
Yeah.
Dalton
You were right there.
There's LaRue.
Good job.
Speaking
Good
of
job,
LaRue,
Tom.
Our we were a very versatile crew of people. We could do anything. Oh boy. And LaRue became so famous with his Kentucky Fried Chicken place.
Mhm.
He had a parade that he would during Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah.
Good LaRue.
He did very well with that.
He did. He did. I mean, he invited me to ride in the parade a couple times. I just couldn't do it.
I told the story before, but he would come into Fritzl's, like
Uh-huh.
this guy right here. He'd come into Fritzl's maybe once every 3 months. And the guys would love him to come in because he'd come in, he'd want to sing Minnie the Mermaid. So we backed him on that. And every time when he got off the stage, he'd drop $100 bill in a tip jar.
There you go.
So the guys in the band said, "When's your friend LaRue coming back?"
Really?
And it wasn't because he was that good of a singer. I can tell you.
That's funny. That's a good story.
Yeah. I guess he's still alive. He was at
No,
Fred's
No.
memorial. I guess he's
No.
where's
No,
still
LaRue
alive?
died.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Bob Osborne was there. Bob's dead too.
Yeah. Boz Osborne's died too.
Yeah.
And Yoakum was there and he died.
Yeah.
We're getting older, guys. Let's face it. That's going to happen.
Hey, you get older, your friend group gets smaller. Like I rode over to Fred's celebration of life with Yoakum. He was so funny. He said, "I'll pick you up." I said, "Well, okay." He said, "But I don't have any air conditioner." I said, "Well, okay." A heavy smoker too.
Ooh.
Yeah. But he told me all kinds of stories, all the way over and all the way back. And it's sort of strange because one of the story he told me was that he said, "Nick, I'm here because I want to die in New Orleans." I said,
Oh, my.
"Okay." Another great guy gone.
Hey, Chris and Barry and Jim, was it 10 years ago this coming weekend that we were in Oklahoma City?
Yes,
I think so.
This coming weekend?
2014.
Yeah, I know it was 2014. I couldn't remember if it was this coming weekend or another weekend, but I know they've got their Hall of Fame induction coming up soon down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was late September. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That was a fun weekend.
great. Kingston Trio.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was nice.
They used to play those songs in the club.
who's the clarinet player?
That's a little Ira.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
Is
is?
it
really?
When the guy just,
It is, really?
who's the guy,
My-
who's the guy with the banjo right above him?
I think that's Big Ire.
I
Yeah.
think so too, but you know what? When I first saw it, and looked at that, it looked like Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, he does.
It does.
A little bit, yeah.
It does.
I think the other banjo player is Ted Turner and trombones Harold Johnson.
Who's the guy on the trombone?
That's H.
Harold Johnson.
Oh,
Where's
Who's
Danny?
from Denver.
Is that Danny playing the tuba?
Yeah.
My, oh, my Lord.
that was
Yeah,
a good
what he
one,
is
my lord. Everybody looked pretty healthy in those days.
That's the end of 74. Because that's right before I got there in 75.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a New York club. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Where else could you go? Just make a phone call and have the manager make a phone call to another city and have a job waiting for you when you got there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All true.
Good
Well, that was
days.
my story. I mean, the mustache burned down in New Orleans. And a few months later, I was in New York playing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
what year was that picture, Martha Stewart picture taken?
Oh, my goodness. Long time ago, Mike.
Yeah, that's a cool picture, but I was just curious what year it was.
Yesterday.
Yeah. But of course, that hasn't changed a whole lot since then.
It had to be somewhere around like 1990, maybe.
Mhm.
Well, Chris, let me give you some advice from the senior citizen here. When you get asked that question, you say, "When was that picture taken?" You say, "Recently." And recently is loosely defined as anything from 10 minutes to 10 years ago.
Well, I'll tell you how you could look up when it was. That was the day she got taken away to jail.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my Lord.
I was sitting at the table with her for lunch. And because after that picture, we went into a little room and we broke off into tables of 4 or 5 each. And so they sat me with her because they knew I was into the cooking things. And which means that it was after 93. But anyway, so we had our lunch and I couldn't, I mean, I was just amazed at how she ate. She ate like a trencherman. And,
Oh, really?
and we just finished, they just served the dessert and a guy came over and said, could you please come with me? And there were policemen at the door. And
Oh my
she
goodness.
literally went out the door and into a police car and got taken away,
Oh.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
taken into custody. Oy.
Martha Stewart.
Quite a character.
That's,
Now, that's a picture you don't see that combination. That, I believe I was told that's Cape Cod. With Neil there, up there.
Looks like it. Yeah, you're right.
Cape Cod, Neil Undersair was doing a summer up there.
Yep.
Um,
Christine and Bob.
Christine and Bob were visiting,
Bill
Right.
Clark on tuba.
and Clark on tuba.
Is
Yeah.
that Bill?
Babcock.
Oh, it is Bill Clark, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Jerry Garcia on the washboard?
No. Yeah, really. You think that
Peter Jerry Garcia Babcock.
you think that's Cape Cod? Is that what you're saying?
I
Yeah.
think so. I think so. The bandstand looks familiar.
Did they paint the piano like that?
I don't know that. I was told it was Cape Cod when Christine and Bob took a trip there for the weekend and went and visited.
I don't remember. I thought it might have been a Mardi Gras or something, getting ready to go off. I don't remember Neil leaving to go up to Cape Cod.
Yeah, my first summer at the Mustache, he wasn't there because he was in Cape Cod.
Oh,
He was in Cape Cod and playing for the summer. And the guy
Huh?
from Denver was in New Orleans. I'm trying to think of his name. There's a banjo player from Denver, Mike.
I don't know, Dennis Condrey?
No, earlier than that.
Earlier than that, geez, I'm not sure who that would, off the top of my head, I can't think of who that would have been.
Was that guy from France?
No. Can't think of his name. I know it. Shit.
Hey, Jim, did you ever know what did happen to Jerry Garcia?
No,
No.
not at all.
Quite a character.
Yeah, I remember, but not well, to be frank. But I remember him, but not. I was never part of any great adventure with him. So
Yeah, they sent us up to Troy, New York, and I went up with Herb Roselle
yeah,
and who was the tuba player, young guy at the time.
Freddie Zwicker.
No, and Jerry was the washboard player, and we were there for the whole summer.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to go on all the fun trips, didn't you? I'll never forget our weekends in the Catskills at the ski resort.
Oh,
That
the
was-
Hunter Mountains. Yeah, Hunter
Hunter
Mountain.
Mountain, yeah.
Those were great. You play for a few minutes every night, and the rest of the day you sat around and had hot toddies.
You guys were
Yeah.
talking about Peter Babcock, so here he is.
That was in
That-
Connecticut.
Yeah, right.
We had a good fun time there for 10 years.
Yeah, it's an interesting linkage between that and the mustache, because
Yeah.
There's same people doing almost the same thing.
Well, we did a lot of washboard almost 70 washboard concerts at 5 festivals from the East Coast to the West Coast over damn near a 40-year period of time, and it's all came out of the mustache.
Yep.
That's where it all originated, was the mustache.
Now, I remember when we set up when we took over the festival from David Greenberg, Joel and I we had a long talk about, and Hugh Fairman was the music chairman at that point. And we had a long talk about whether we include the mustache or not. And we decided we had to, because it was part of the tradition. And it grew from there. It was great. We had great musicians, great bands from all over the world coming in. It was terrific. Just speaking of great bands.
Whatever happened to Hugh Thurman, Jim? Heard anything from him lately?
Oh, no, Fairman's gone. He's been gone a long time.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't sure about that. I thought he
Yeah.
might be. What
Yeah.
about David Greenberg?
He moved to New Orleans, and that was the last I heard from him.
Okay.
I used to get notes from him once in a while, come down to visit and all that, but I never did. We weren't particularly close, but for some reason or other, he liked me. I have no idea why. But
He was an interesting guy. He was kind of quiet, I thought.
I like the band's Pitcher of Beer on a Piano. The piano,
oh yeah, sure.
piano was a great beer holder.
I thought that was a rule.
Yeah. Maynard. Les Muscat. I guess that's a Les Muscat.
No, that's
No,
Dave.
I mean,
That's Dave Weibel
Dave Weibel.
next to Maynard, and then Wes Mix.
West Mix. That's what yeah.
I thought that might be Wes.
Where's Wes Mix? Is he singing?
No, I think he passed away a few years ago.
Hmm.
I
that-
can't get it corroborated, but I've seen some things on his Facebook page going back several years that his son's posted on there. And I think he's been gone for several years.
I think that's true. I can't confirm that, but that would be my opinion.
Yeah, if you went to his Facebook page, Wes Mix, and go back to around 2017, there's some posts on there from his sister to his sons and things that are kind of interesting, but beyond that, it's nothing. Wes was a really talented guy. We had a lot of fun together in Denver for a bunch of years, but it was very difficult to work with.
Quite.
The
Is
two-
that
lot of
Pete?
talents.
Is that Pete on tuba? I think it looks like.
No, that's the
It's
two
Neil.
players. His name is Neil Tidwell.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the tuba player with the New Orleans Philharmonic Orchestra. And he took lessons from the guy out of Chicago who's like the best in the world.
Hmm.
And Neil was terrific at playing mustache stuff and a nice guy, but he died real young.
Oh, pity.
Goodness.
Jesus.
All right, well, here's some more people. I don't know who they are.
Neil Undersayer,
Right, Neil, for sure.
Jimmy Heaslip on trombone.
Oh,
Sonny
Lord,
Elmer?
it is, isn't it?
Diamond playing the horse.
No, that's Jimmy Heaslip.
Oh, okay.
My God, it is, isn't it? My goodness. As a child, my Lord, I don't remember.
Irvin Eisen on tuba
Irv Eisen, yeah.
and
Wait, that's
Dr.
Jimmy Hayslip on trombone?
Yeah,
Heaslip on trombone.
Hayslip, yeah.
Heaslip.
He has a couple of chapters in his book. Well, it's his brother's book that I mentioned the other time about the mustache that are kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah, he names names.
And that's
Yeah.
Dalton Diamond. Dalton Diamond became a big time doctor from washboard to doctor.
I wouldn't have recognized, I guess the mustache, which is the giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would not have picked them out, though.
Jimmy Hayslip. Oh my gosh.
He was terrific, man.
Oh,
Absolutely.
he was a fine
Great.
player, great
Great
player.
trombone player. He was really good. Didn't he go with Pete Fountain?
Yes.
Yep.
And the tuba players, that's
Irving.
Irving. I still get stuff from him just on Facebook and stuff. He has a Scientology on the bottom of his.
Oh, my goodness, you're right. Look at that.
Pretty much into that. I don't know if
Oh, wow.
now he has married, has a couple kids.
I connected with him when we were getting people to go to Carnegie. I connected with him and tried to get him to come to Carnegie, but he had other things to do.
All right, I love this fire truck.
Oh, yeah. Fire
The
truck.
the company car.
Mhm.
Who's that?
Who was the musician that did all the lettering?
What's
Neil
that?
there.
That was Neil, yeah.
Neil Undersayer did all the lettering. He did a perfect job on it.
Beautiful.
Sure did.
He's a great artist. And he and Gene are still living over in Mississippi. And I think Neil's come down with dementia a little bit. And Gene says he doesn't play anymore, but he doesn't still doing his artwork. I show people this picture I have hanging in my little office here. I said, "Here, here's my company car." And they go, "What?" That's my company car.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what do you do if it rains?
Had a lot of fun on that sucker.
Yeah.
Not everybody goes to work like that. Oh.
Well, it's quite a machine.
No. Then so you guys from New York don't feel bad.
Oh, yes.
There's another company car. That's in New York, huh?
Oh, yes. All that good fun we had in the Macy's parade. Yeah, sure.
Yep, 7th Avenue and 10th Street. Right on the corner.
Must be John McLaren up at the top, right?
Yeah, yeah, right, by God, look at that. Yeah.
He was the other guy up in Troy, New York with me.
And you survived? Good for you.
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
Who's the guy with the sunglasses?
That's new. I can't pick him out. I don't know.
That might be Dave Hunt.
Well, could be, yeah.
Yeah, might be. That's Arnie Kaltnick behind the wheel. He was one of our managerial types.
Dave Hunt just had a birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Texting him back and forth. And they were at Washington Park. A real beautiful day out in the fall. So I just texted him back. So New York's one of the best places to be in the fall. I said, when I was there, I lived up on 22 West 16th between 5th and 6th. He said, oh, yeah, I remember that. You were having parties over there. I said, oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, Roger,
And this is a picture of the original Papa Joe's in New Orleans. That was taken in 62 or 63 before the mustache arrived.
And that's you?
No, that's a friend of he went to school with Fred and I,
Ah,
and he when we left in Independence, Missouri, he came with me and two other people, four of us. Two of them we got down to New Orleans, two of them hitchhiked to New York in the days when you could hitchhike. And
Yes.
to New Orleans.
Joe's.
You remember in the early 60s, they had a big hit recording called Down at Papa Joe's. You remember
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
my.
a famous song.
Where was that? I mean, was that, what street was that on, Barry?
that? Urban?
Urban Street.
Right
Oh.
across the street from the mustache, wasn't it?
It was before the mustache days.
Yeah, before the mustache.
Hmm.
I just put this on here so y'all would know that we had Your Father's Mustache a farm.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pretty nice farm too. Stables with horses and
Alan loves horses. Yeah.
Who wrote this? Did Joel write this?
well, I'm sorry.
Who wrote this?
When? I
Who
can't-
wrote
that would be Joel that wrote it, huh?
I would say so.
When,
Sounds just like him.
Yeah.
How can anybody not come to this once in a lifetime event?
Yeah, I think that's Joel.
well, Joel, wrote it. Yeah. I got really interesting letters from him. I got a real long, about an 8-page letter when he was running for some sort of political councilman or something.
When he was running for governor of Connecticut?
He also ran for mayor of New Haven too, didn't he? Yep.
Yep.
Did, yep.
Yeah.
At his service, the mayor who beat him, who was in office.
Oh,
made a
yes.
Big joke about that. Did you hear it, John? Gim, when you?
Oh, yes. Oh,
John
yes.
Stefano, like,
all right, Roger, I don't know. Where was this?
The corner of Your Father's Mustache in New Orleans. I just like that picture.
Yeah.
And you got one more thing. I thought you had one more.
Yeah, that letter from your
Oh.
father. Yeah, there's a
That's a good one.
Joe on the front of it. What
Mhm.
you do and see in New Orleans.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Saints. Joel.
Along with Ella Fitzgerald, my goodness, what great company.
that's for sure.
Yeah, You know, we were,
9.
the place to go to and when you come to the French Quarter on convention or out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Myers was the charge of the New Orleans Convention Center. And he'd always call and say, "Hey, I got some people I want you to meet." And he'd bring these people when they were getting ready to book a big convention. So I'd always bring him to the Mustache. And he'd
Mm.
call before he came over, so we'd have a table for him.
Yeah. Prime location, right on Bourbon.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it was a
Okay,
hard
no
time.
dinner time, gang. I gotta go.
Well,
Good.
right,
Yeah,
that's-
it's 6,
Yeah.
Chris,
6 o'clock
Good to
here.
see you all.
yeah,
Stay dry.
thank you, Tom.
Right.
Appreciate
See
Next
you
it.
all
week.
next week.
I'll see you
Bye.
next
Week,
week.
Tom. Thank you, Tom.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Certainly.
Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I gotta go.
See
I gotta
you
go
guys
too.
next week.
You
All right,
bet.
bye,
Hey,
guys.
we're gonna have a pool tournament next week. Bring your cue.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, Emily. Take care.
Bye, Emily.
Thank
Bye.